We are going to make today homemade cavatelli. Let's give the secret away right at the start. Here's cavatelli as you would buy them in the store, but not today. No, we're making them a mano because we have forza, right? Okay, so here's how you would get them. And you see here it says cavatelli semola, which means that they're made with semolina only. Semolina flour, hard wheat flour, water, and a little salt. Ours are going to be a little different today. We're going to make them with fresh ricotta cheese because, listen, I was in the market and I bought that fresh ricotta and I'm going to get as much use out of it as I can. So the first thing we need to know is use the right flour for this. So we're using a combination of the semolina, or the semola, which is a grainy flour. See how nice and yellow that is? Compared to dopo zero, look at the difference. White, yellow, okay? Hard wheat, semola. Semolina means little grains, and when you feel that, go ahead, put your fingers in that. When you feel that, it feels a little grainy, doesn't it? This is a little more velvety, isn't it? Feel this. More velvety than this. Okay. Okay, hard wheat, unbleached, all-purpose. So we have a mixture here of the flours, and now you're going to put a little salt in. Here's our fresh ricotta cheese. And unbeknownst to them, they're going to do this in a well, but it's our secret. Okay, so what are we going to do with this flour? We're going to dump it right on this counter. Here we go. Just like that. Okay, Dorothy, now we're going to put a little hole right in the center, just like this. Okay? This is called the fontana in Italian.
Oops.
This is called the fontana. Now we need some of this cheese. So we're going to put ricotta cheese right in the center of this. You think it's strange? Okay. Ricotta cheese in the center. I'm not even going to measure this because we've done this before. And now we're going to put in a couple of eggs. 1, 2. Okay? 2 eggs. Fresh ricotta and 2 whole eggs. Will it take all this flour? I have no idea. But we will know it's right when we start to mix it with our hands. So I'm going to begin this process for you, and then you're going to continue until you have a nice ball of dough. So make sure you break up that. You could do this with a fork as well, but I like to use my hands. Okay. Now you want to start bringing in some of this flour. And I like to go in a clockwise direction. You start bringing in the flour and mixing it in until you have a ball of dough that holds together. Everybody has a fork at home. Not everybody may have a butter paddle, but you can find these in a cookware store. And this is fun for doing gnocchi as well. You want a little bit of flour, and just put the fork in the flour. You use your thumb. It's a light pressure. Create the little cave. You want to use the wooden paddle. You take that again. Create the little cave. See it? You want to use a cheese grater, whatever size you want. You take it. You create the little cave. Or you could just take this little ball and drag it to create the more familiar cavatelli shape. So you have options there. Should I do that again?
Please.
Okay. So what we did, and you can make these as big, small as you want. We cut little pieces of dough right off of our little, okay. So make sure that your hand is somewhat slightly floured. 2 finger, roll, you have the cavatelli shape. See that? Fork, light pressure, roll, you have a shape, and you also have the indentation of the fork marks, which also helps to hold the salts. You want to use the butter paddle, you create the little cave. And you can make these ahead of time, and you put them on a sheet like this, and several hours later, if you want to cook them, you can, or you cook them ahead of time. The cheese grater, you create the little cave.